and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
There we go. Now we can turn that off. Good, whatever day it is.
Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I woke up again thinking, are you kidding me? Is it already Wednesday? Where do these days fly to? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, anyway, but it is Wednesday.
It is very much a Wednesday.
Yes, and lots of things to talk about with the weather, of course. We're going to have you're going to have the shovel out multiple times today.
You're going to have the shovel out, and you're going to need to bundle up the rest of the week.
Yeah, boy. And we're not just looking for cold weather, but we're looking for really dangerous cold weather. In fact, I heard on our station earlier this morning, I think it was Drew Lerner, he said in the forecast that we could see wind chills as low as 50 and potentially 60 degrees below zero. So when you're talking those numbers, that's dangerous. So anyway, we do have, some watches and that sort of thing that are advisories, that kind of thing. But anyway, just be advised that it's going to be really ridiculously cold and dangerously cold this weekend. So I don't know if you need to alter your plans. My guess, just a guess, is they will have some games that will be postponed. Because, who wants to load a bus full of kids and take them out when it's 50 degrees below zero wind chill?
Exactly.
So I kind of have a feeling we're going to see some things like that. So, again, a great idea to have that Fergus Now app. You can take a look at those cancellations and postponements. Easy to do.
And I know you said you were going to split up and divide and conquer last night. Which one? You must have went to the Fergus game.
I did. I ended up at Hillcrest. Hillcrest played Parker's Prairie last night. And I understand the Otters had a great game last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beating up on Moorhead.
Beating up on Moorhead, not just beating them, but kind of crushing them.
I was in Battle Lake with Jason Retzloff. We were doing the game over in Battle Lake. And I pop up our stream. I'm moving the camera back and forth on my phone, popping up the stream to see, what the score is. And it was at halftime. And I looked at the score, and I'm like, hey, Jason, this can't be right. And he looks over, and he's like,
oh, my goodness.
Whoa. And then he looked up on his little score app, and he goes, that's correct.
It is correct. And so between the Hillcrest boys, the Otter boys, and the Hillcrest girls, 3 kind of blowouts. Both the Hillcrest boys and girls beat each of the teams they were playing by 50 and 50 plus.
It was kind of funny. I'm sitting in the gym with Jason. I'm like, so this is my tax dollars because I pay, Battle Lake school taxes.
Oh, right.
In Battle Lake.
There you go. Yep.
But, it was I was hoping for a close game. I mean, obviously, I love Hillcrest, and I also love Battle Lake. So,
of course. And nobody likes to see anybody get blown out,
No.
But anyway, so as we were watching the Hillcrest game, we were on our phones on Huddle and watching my granddaughter play over in Battle Lake. So, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't do the JV games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she plays JV, and then she did play a little bit of varsity last night.
Well, you could have watched it on this stream.
I could have done that. It's really hard to keep track of 2 games.
Yeah.
But neither one barn burners for sure. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't it's always exciting. It's always fun to watch your grandkids, So, and I just love basketball. But, yeah, boy, between that and the Otters beating up on Moorhead, that's like a great story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Moorhead has always been the rival that we love to hate, kind of.
I was talking to Jason about that. I'm like, when did it not become the heated rivalry? He goes, well, they moved out of our class, and they're no longer in our class, so it's not, make or
all
break.
This class stuff, oh, my goodness. There's teams that are moving in and out.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I think 2 years
it's tied to the free and reduced lunch program. How in the world is sports?
No, it's.
Well,
I thought it was.
There is a connection.
There might be a connection, but I think it goes to total enrollment.
Well, it's enrollment, but then you look this up because it's for real, because I didn't believe it either. But it has to do with how many students are on the free and reduced lunch. You look it up with the state of Minnesota.
Because I know that factors in some stuff. I just didn't think that factored in.
Well,
MSHL.
and that is one of the reasons that Pelican Rapids went from 2A to 1A. And because it was a 3-student differential or something.
Wow.
Or they made it to, or they dropped down to 1A by a margin of just a handful of students. But, and Pelican has a great team, and they got a great boys basketball team. I haven't watched their girls play, but I think they're pretty solid too. But, and then you drop down a class, and you still have that great team. I mean, it's really no good for anybody.
Well, I mean, I remember a couple years back, Fergus dropped out of class, but then they were up against Perham, and Perham was unstoppable at that time. And so they got blown out by Perham.
I just don't understand how any kind of lunch program has anything to do. It should just be based on population.
I always went with something our old sports director, Jeff Swedberg, used to say, in the immortal wisdom, in the infinite wisdom of the Minnesota State High School League, and then he'd say that they did something stupid.
Yeah, well, they do a lot of stupid things. And, it used to be, we just used to have a couple of classes.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, even probably when you were growing up.
We had 2.
Yeah, I think there were 2 classes. And now what is it?
Pretty much
6?
the metro schools
8?
and outstate.
I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's just ridiculous.
Okay, you mentioned outstate. That makes me think of something that I saw on social media, and they're going to have a watch party. We have somebody here, right here in Fergus Falls, and he is a great guy, such a good guy. Chris Tunkseth is going to be on American Idol.
Do we know what night it is?
Monday.
Monday,
the
okay.
26th. And it will be at 7 o'clock. And I know that Outstate is having kind of a watch party because Chris has both worked there.
And he played there a lot.
And he played there. And he's just, he's one of a couple of our grandkids' good friends. And so we've gotten to know him. And we
should get him on the show.
His family over the years. Yeah, I think he's living in Fargo right now. But I will reach out to him and see if there's a chance we can get him on.
Get him in here or on the phone?
He could get on the phone. You know what? I will reach out to him. And he's just such a good guy and so much talent. And if you remember watching Hillcrest Sports when Chris played basketball and football, he was a great athlete too. Super fun to watch on the basketball court. Just really talented all the way around and a super, super nice guy. So anyway, Chris Tunkseth, and we were kind of following him. We knew that he was going to these tryouts.
Yep.
And he would have to give us the backstory, but somebody suggested or even turned in a tape of his to American Idol. I don't think he even did it himself, but we'd have to get the backstory for sure. But anyway, one thing led to another, and pretty soon he was down in Nashville a couple of times, where you have to, and then he was not able to tell us whether or not he made it. But now, evidently, I saw it on Facebook, so the cat's out of the bag, and Chris Tunkseth will be on American Idol 7 o'clock this coming Monday night, the 26th.
And I know that they put a nice video package with his family.
Oh, yeah. In fact, they were here in Fergus.
Yes.
Shooting, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be really fun.
It is. It's going to be very exciting. I found out from somebody yesterday as well that knew about the family background shooting.
Okay.
And then asked him about that, and they told her about that.
Well, I know he was sworn to secrecy for a long time, and just a bit ago, he told one of our grandsons, he said, well, I can't really tell you anything, but if I was to tell you something, I would tell you to watch. You should watch American Idol. So we kind of knew then that he must have made it. But, he just a great talent, and he's just the perfect guy for one of those shows.
And it's kind of cool.
He's going to be the guy that you're going to just love.
And it is kind of cool because we've had a couple local people be on American Idol and The Voice. And there's been a couple from Fargo. I think there's one from DL. And so it's kind of good that, Fergus has got got our contestant, and we can all get behind it.
Yeah, we're on the American Idol map. So Chris, he's probably not tuned in this morning, probably working, but he went to Grand Canyon University with our grandson
nice.
Zeke. So anyway, has been a good friend of the family's for a long time, and we're excited for him. So. All right. Well, more of the same, but maybe this is something that you and I have long said, that'll never happen. They'll never do anything. They'll never do anything. And I don't know where this is going to go, but the Justice Department has issued subpoenas to several Minnesota officials, including Governor Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, as part of an investigation into an alleged effort to hinder federal immigration officers. Legal experts told CBS News the Justice Department may lack sufficient evidence to bring indictments in the case, but as I understand it, they have been issued the subpoenas as of this morning. At least that's what I saw on the latest from Fox News this morning. So where will that go?
Probably nowhere, but at least they're doing it.
You know, and this isn't the worst of their problems.
No.
This has nothing to do with the fraud.
No.
So the fraud is where they're all going to be in some serious hot water, at least I hope. To turn blind eyes to that which they knew was going on is just, that's criminal behavior for every single person in Minnesota. And if you voted for him, you've got to be asking yourself, wow, what did I do? Because this is not how you treat the people of your state.
And let me bring up all the correct info on this. We did have somebody interesting pop into the race for
governor?
For Senate.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we got a ton of people in there for governor. Where did it go? There it is. Former NFL sideline reporter and I want to say she was on CCO or KSTP radio, Michelle Tafoya.
Oh. Boy, she would be great.
She is awesome.
She is awesome. She is one of the two people that came up with that.
She on Alpha News or?
No, well, I'm not exactly sure what she's on, but she and another woman exposed what happened with the George Floyd situation in Minneapolis. I can't remember the name of that video.
The burning of Minneapolis?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was one of those people who was in on that whole piece. She kind of brought a lot to light, and I'm just thinking that's she would be a great choice.
Tafoya filed federal election documents on Tuesday. She's never run for office, but has served as co-chair of Kendall Qualls' 2022 Republican campaign for governor. Tafoya grew up in California, but later married a Minnesota native and lives in Edina with her husband and 2 children. Former state Republican Chair David Hahn, ex-basketball player Royce White, and veteran somebody else, I don't know who that is, are also seeking the GOP nomination. U.S. Senator Tina Smith is not seeking re-election, so it's the Tina Smith seat. But I think Michelle Tafoya would be a knockout.
I think she'd be great, too.
I think she'd be great.
Got a good voice. She's got a good head on her shoulders. Very conservative.
But she also...
But she's got the...
name recognition.
She's got name recognition, and she's a common sense kind of person. And regardless of what side of the fence you're on, don't we all just want a little common sense?
Yep.
And I think we have to realize a lot of what we're seeing on the news, although we know there is unrest in Minneapolis, absolutely. But a lot of what we're seeing is
trickle down from
and it's people who are being paid to come in here and stir up trouble. Take a look at the signage that they're carrying. People who go out and protest go in the garage with leftover paint and make a really terrible looking sign. Those are protesters. When you come out with this beautiful, perfect sign, I can tell you that they are not going to a printer and having those made for themselves.
No.
Somebody is bringing in a whole bunch of signs, and they just keep bringing them from one protest to another. So just consider who's doing the protesting here. And you know what? If you don't have a job, I bet they're paid well. Wouldn't it be interesting to know what a paid protester makes?
Yeah.
I bet it's a bunch.
And it's kind of funny because you mentioned good signs. If you want to see homemade signs Lincoln and Union.
Yeah, if you want to see what protesters do
What
with signs,
natural protesters look like, there you go.
there you go.
Those are not paid people.
Corner
They're
of
out there.
Lincoln and Union. And most of the signs, if you can read them, you don't understand them. I looked at them and I said, I don't get it. I didn't understand what the sign
But you can tell that they are
meant.
genuine protesters because
Because the signs are terrible. Yes, and good for them. They made their own signs. And they're doing this organically. They're not having people.
It's not a big organization, and they're doing it naturally and grassroots.
Right,
so
right.
I mean,
and peacefully. So we can't take anything away from them.
So whether you agree with them or not, they're letting their voice be heard,
Absolutely.
and they're natural.
I couldn't agree more. Okay, a little bit of good news in the midst of all this. Vice President J.D. Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance are expecting their 4th child.
And they're going to be in Minnesota.
Yeah, on Thursday, coming to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Anyway, in an Instagram post, they said, we're very excited to share the news that Usha is pregnant with our 4th child, and the baby is a boy. Usha and the baby are doing well. We are looking forward to welcoming him in late July. The couple currently has 3 children, Ewan, Vivek, and Mirabelle. So,
got some interesting names.
Yeah, 2 boys and a girl, and welcoming boy number 3 into the family and their 4th child. The American Red Cross has declared a severe emergency blood shortage, saying hospital demand now exceeds supply.
Ooh.
The organization reported that nearly 1/3 of its inventory has been depleted. Winter storms forced the cancellation of more than 400 blood drives nationwide, so that's serious.
I wanted to actually donate last week, but I was still under the weather, so I didn't get to donate. And I haven't donated since high school, so I was kind of looking forward to it. Then you got to be well, and I wasn't well.
And also a moderately severe flu season has reduced the donor turnout. But when the blood mobile comes to town or you have an opportunity,
please do.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Health officials in South Carolina reported 88 new measles cases Tuesday, bringing the state's total to 646 since October. The outbreak is centered in Spartanburg County, with recent exposures at schools, a public supermarket, and the South Carolina State Museum. The surge raises concern that the country could lose its measles elimination status, first achieved in the year 2000. So, all right, time for a quick break, and we'll be back with more on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
KBRFradio.com news. Get the news that matters delivered straight to your inbox. With KBRF Daily Headlines, you'll stay up to date on everything happening in your community. Sign up today and receive a roundup of the day's top stories all in one email. It's fast, convenient, and it's always free. From local updates to breaking news, KBRF brings you the headlines you need right at your fingertips. Visit KBRFradio.com and sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.
Dairy pumps that were designed more than 50 years ago do not meet today's large dairy farm requirements. Bopeller pumps by McFinn Technologies were born and patented this century with a unique and innovative design that ensures gentle, low-shear pumping along with efficient, high capacity and long seal life. Bopeller pumps, for all your applications will ensure your dairy is operating with 21st century technology. Bopeller is American innovation. Contact your dealer today.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Tyler Donaldson here on the Red River Farm Network with your morning market update. Grains markets trading mostly higher here to start out the day. Soybean contracts about 8 to 8.5 cents higher there. Corn also slightly higher. Checking out corn now, temperatures expected to reach the 100-degree level in some areas here in coming days. Tuesday, the market was weaker following the Trump administration's threat of more tariffs on the EU. Based on their Greenland stance. That seems to have calmed a bit here early this morning, with President Trump set to speak at Davos later Wednesday morning. All eyes will be on reports coming from Davos. The market was concerned the EU would impose tariffs on U.S. grains. Overnight, Taiwan was credited with buying 65,000 metric tons of U.S. corn. In Brazil, farmers are beginning to plant a larger and second corn crop, with Ag Rural saying just 1.1% of the intended safrinha area has been planted so far. Checking out soybeans now, 8.5 to 9 cents higher. Unlike U.S. corn, soybean inspections still down around 40% from last year, or about 470 million bushels lower. In other news, China is reported to have bought about 60,000 metric tons of Canadian canola after that trade agreement was solidified. On the wheat front, there was a flurry of business in the holiday-shortened week. Saudi Arabia reported to have bought 907,000 metric tons of wheat with 5 different origins. Algeria booking 600,000 to 720,000 metric tons. That's likely to be sourced from Argentina. Reporting agriculture's business, you are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We've been protecting revenue and preserving equity for over 40 years. We provide a breakdown for farm programs such as the One Big Beautiful Bill, the Farm Bill, and Farm Safety Nets. Partner with us to choose the right crop insurance for your farm. Call us today to meet with an Irie Insurance agent to make your 2026 crop insurance elections prior to March 15th. Visit IrieINS.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
From budgeting to year-end analysis and goal setting, North Dakota Farm Management delivers another set of eyes in a one-on-one client-based program.
To me, I think we're just another tool in the toolbox. We provide a crucial resource to achieve your goals and to make sound business decisions and make sure that farm stays profitable for generations to come.
Take control of your records and your future. Visit ndfarmmanagement.com to connect with an instructor near you.
Thanks to the American farmer for putting food on the plate, clothes on our back, and fuel in our tank. Your work is measured in acres, not hours. The Red River Farm Network is here to deliver farm news, markets, and weather information to the best farmers in the business. From Rugby to Benson and Roseau to Aberdeen, the Red River Farm Network covers agriculture. Go online to rrfn.com to find your local Red River Farm Network radio station. Podcasts are also available online at rrfn.com, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify.
On air and online, the Red River Farm Network is reporting agriculture's business. RRFN.com has news headlines, weather, and markets, all as close as your PC or smartphone. The Red River Farm Network also keeps you up to date on Facebook and our weekly e-newsletter, FarmNet News. Sign up today at rrfn.com. From the farm field to Capitol Hill, from the tractor cab to the coffee shop, the Red River Farm Network reporting agriculture's business.
May wheat Minneapolis is 2.5 higher to 576 even. Chicago May wheat's 0.75 cents lower at 521. KC wheat trading 1 3/4 lower to 521 1/4. March corn's 1/4 cent down to 424. March soybeans 9 3/4 higher at 1062 3/4. In Winnipeg, March canola is up 660 per metric ton to 642.80 Canadian. February live cattle are up 57 cents to 232.95. January feeders 80 cents higher at 363.42. February hogs are 15 cents lower, 87.70. You are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
Is keeping track of your medication like a full-time job? Pioneer Link makes it easier with MedSmart. Simply fill the machine, set your dose times for up to 4 weeks, and MedSmart does the rest. It chimes when it's time to take your next dose. MedSmart, it's home medication management made easy. Pioneer Link will help you with setup. Call about in-home installation or find details at pioneerlinkmn.com.
When your garage door stops working, life gets inconvenient fast. From broken rollers to full garage door makeovers, Easy Open Garage Doors does it all. Make it easy and give Easy Open Garage Door a call at 770-DOOR.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure is sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guides to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
I'm Derek Sidian with KBRFradio.com News. Join me every Friday at 5 on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app for the weekly news recap, where I recap this week's hottest local news and you catch up on what you might have missed. From local crime and business news to road construction and car accidents, the weekly news recap keeps you up to date on what you need to know. The KBRF Weekly News Recap is brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorial.com. Memorials that matter.
This is Craig Olson. Join me every Saturday morning at 8 for the Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Football, basketball, soccer, hockey, volleyball, swimming, cross country. I interview area coaches to discuss the season, recap the last game, and preview upcoming games. Catch the live show at 8 on Saturday morning on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the live stream and archived shows at KBRFradio.com. Just click on Sports Streaming. The Coaches Show, presented by the Viking Cafe.
Newstalk 1250 KBRF. We have a winter weather advisory in effect until, 6 o'clock tonight. And then we got a extreme cold watch kicking up tomorrow and lasting pretty much to the end of the weekend. 18 for our high today, a couple inches of snow coming in today, tonight, and into tomorrow. 9 below for our low tonight. 5 below for tomorrow's high. 27 below for Thursday night's low. 14 below for Friday's high. 25 below for Friday night's low. 7 below Saturday. 21 below on Saturday night. We're going to see wind chill values really, really, really cold over the next couple days. Right now, Fergus Falls, 14 degrees, winds on the winds on the south at 8, dropping that wind chill down to 3. It's one of the few times we're going to have the wind chill above 0, Mary.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Sounds awful. There was a story in this news, too, and we're not the only ones. Meteorologists are warning that a powerful winter storm could bring dangerous ice from Texas all the way to the Carolinas, so from south over to the East Coast. A widespread, potentially catastrophic event, they're saying. National Weather Service says heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain are expected to begin Friday and move through the east all the way through Sunday. So
I think it's because I got relatives in Texas that I always laugh when it snows in Texas.
Well, it snowed in Florida over the weekend. So anyway, if you have...
I forgot to check in with Eric to see if they got snow in Cocoa Beach.
Okay, well, you will have to... it was in the Panhandle, I think,
okay.
so he might have been further south than that. But anyway, it's going to be some brutal weather across the country. So if, by chance, you have maybe plans to fly over the weekend, you might need to check on those. How do you de-ice a plane when it's 60 below wind chill?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, we might you might have to.
But there's professionals that do it. They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They know the tolerances. If it's too cold or if they can't, they can't.
So. I guess. So anyway.
And I'd rather have my flight canceled than crash. So.
Right, exactly. And I remember I told you my friend at the Y turned 95 yesterday, and I did not make it to the Y yesterday, and so, but I did get to wish him his happy birthday today. And his party was supposed to be last Sunday, and it got canceled due to the weather, so they're going to have it this Saturday instead. So it's still going to be really cold, so I hope they're able to go through with it. But anyway, happy birthday to my friend Les at the Y.
Happy birthday, Les.
95 years old.
Amazing.
And he shows up at the Y every single day. He doesn't miss even when I do. I know he's there. He is religious about going to the Y, and he's my inspiration.
Well, good for him.
I know. I love that. Okay, let's see what else we have for you today. We've talked a lot about AI-generated stuff.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but AI is driving me next to crazy. Now, if you are somebody who uses Gmail for your email, which I am, there is something new in your Gmail that you have seen recently, I would say over the last couple of weeks. And that is, if you have a thread, an email thread going with somebody, all of a sudden there's a thing at the top that is an overview of your email thread. Does that not drive you absolutely crazy?
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm the one generating the email. I don't need the overview. I know what I did. I know what I said. And sometimes the overview is not even accurate. And I would just wonder
There's
if...
probably an option.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask. If anyone knows how we can turn that off, get rid of it so it does not show up in my email, oh my goodness, in my Gmail, I should say, I would give anything to know, because that drives me crazy. AI, go away. Oh my goodness, it's everywhere. Well, anyway, and it is also in Sweden. Along with everywhere else. And Sweden's music industry, they've actually removed the country's biggest song from 2024 from official national rankings after determining it was primarily created by AI.
Oh.
And it's, the translation of the title of the song is I Know You're Not Mine, by Jacob. He must be a Swedish artist. Because they spelled it J-A-C-U-B. That must be the Swedish spelling. Anyway, has exceeded 5 million Spotify streams and tops the platform's Swedish Top 50, that playlist. Investigative journalist Emanuel Carlston discovered Jacob had no real-world presence and traced the song's registration to executives at Denmark's Stellar Music, including staff in its AI division, and described AI as a tool in human-led creative work. However, Sweden's chief stated that songs that are mainly AI-generated cannot qualify for national chart rankings. So, amen, Sweden. And AI, just tap the brakes. And don't be in on every stinking thing that I do. I tell you what, when that started taking up like the top third of my phone screen in my email, I'm like, what is this? And the couple times that I've actually read the overview, it's not even accurate. That is not what's going on in that thread. So, drives me crazy.
Now, you may remember a few months ago, I had to very quickly do this while you were...
Okay, well, I was talking. I saw you were working, so...
And you might remember this.
Wake up, the sun is shining. Mary Dave, you're always rhyming. Talking news, both big and small. Morning talk heard by all. Local heroes.
Oh boy.
That's AI. And so, I mean, you can see where somebody came up with a song that got catchy. Because, I mean, we put in just a couple little keywords.
Yeah.
And sure enough, here's a song about you and I doing morning talk.
Here's our song. Oh boy, how about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's how how creative it is. And in case people are like, well, that can't be it. And right there it is, an AI song about you and I doing morning talk.
Well, and we could even our voices. could be plugged into.
Oh, yeah.
They could save all our words and jumble them up every which way.
The thing I used there, that's a free service. I'm pretty sure if you want to use voices, that's a paid service.
Yeah, probably so. Well, anyway, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of sick to death of AI creeping into every stinking thing that we do. And just stay out of my email. Do not change how it looks. Just stay away. I'm at the age where I'm done.
You're done
learning. I'm done changing. Just stop it. Don't do that to me.
You mean I can't explain how to set up all this lovely equipment in here?
No, I'm never, ever, and I can say never on that. I am never learning how to do that. Speaking of, last night I was just talking to another grandma at the Hillcrest game, and she said how nice it was to watch. I think it was a hockey game that they were watching, a girls' hockey game. And she said, and we got to watch the whole thing through your radio station, she said.
Oh, it was probably the Crookston game the other day.
Yeah. And she said, oh, my gosh, so nice. And they even do replays, she said.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway, so you guys get high marks from grandmas at Hillcrest.
The Crookston game was kind of interesting because you're basically up against the glass. I mean, you're looking like straight down when they go by.
Okay.
And it was, I mean, you're like on the ice.
Well, evidently you did a great job because she said it was so easy to watch, and it was one of those times, some of us don't always get to those away games.
That's a haul.
It is a haul. And I find the older I get, the less I want to go out at night if I have to travel somewhere far, especially if it's freezing cold.
And you were talking about learning new things. Mark Johnson, who does the play-by-play on those games, he's doing great. He's learning, and he's getting more of those instant replays. There's a lot of times, like after a goal, I have to point at the save replay button because I'm too far away to touch it. So I just got to get his attention because he's all excited because there's a goal.
Yeah.
It's like, we got 10 seconds, Mark. You got 10 seconds to hit save.
He's got a daughter playing, for heaven's sakes. Yeah.
It's like, you got 10 seconds, Mark. You've got to hit that now. You got to hit that now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, people are really liking that. So that's great. We love to see that. And if you are someone who watches Huddle, I think what you guys do is just a nicer version.
We've had people come up and say, hey, it's kind of nice for Huddle for some of these games, but I'd rather have the commentary and, like you mentioned, the instant replays and better camera work.
Right. And, and I think, are you the one that told me that there's nobody behind the camera at Huddle?
No, it's all AI. You could
there
see.
There it is again.
I mean, I'll take a photo of the Huddle next time I'm at a game, but it's just that you can kind of see the Huddle camera in that Crookston game because it was a little bit below. It was a big ball.
So that means that every school has to have a Huddle camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Toki or Derek will set it up before like a hockey game and stuff. And it's, if you look at where I'm on one side and then the Huddle camera's on the other side, it's just,
Yeah. Well, and the way I guess I know that is you told me, and after having watched a game where the Huddle camera was set up not very well, and I can't remember what town it was in, but there was a bar, something coming down in the gym, a fixed piece of something that was right in the way of the scoreboard. So every time it showed the scoreboard, couldn't see our score because that thing was in the way. So Huddle doesn't always take care of it. And anyway, I thought it was nice. It was nice accolades to you guys for the job that you do on the video end of things, because everyone loves to see that. So good job. All right, let's see what else we have for you. There is a Texas cook, 19-year-old Juan Mendoza, rescued an elderly couple from a highway crash and later received a full emergency medical technician scholarship for having done so. Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
Mendoza pulled over during a wet afternoon in southern Texas when he saw a car spin out after a collision. He ran toward the smoking vehicle and helped pull Juan and Adriana out, from their damaged car. Nobody stopped, the driver said. He turns 80 this month, by the way. He was the only one who stopped to help us. And the woman said he is truly her angel. Anyway, they later found out that Mendoza was at the Texas Roadhouse where he works. During their reunion, Justin Back, president of Acadian Ambulance Service, offered Mendoza a full EMT scholarship plus a job offer. The mayor declared an official Juan Mendoza Day, who dreamed of becoming a nurse but couldn't afford schooling, has already started the programming, the program training.
And the cool thing about that is I actually know a couple people that went into EMTs and then went on to be nurses. And so I mean, it's a good stepping stone. It's a good paying job.
And you know, and we need them.
Yes.
You know.
There's a shortage of EMTs.
Right. And you know, boy, we are so grateful for people who want to go into that line of work, because it's hard, it's stressful, and you got to make quick decisions. And
I think the probably most stressful would be on the mental side. I mean, showing up to some of these accidents and stuff you see.
I think you're right. Absolutely. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of stories that could be kind of feel-goodish, which I think we need.
Definitely need to feel good.
Yeah, for sure. There's a house cat that caused, okay, so the front end of this is not so good, caused a kitchen fire in Dallas County, jumped onto the stovetop. Those cats.
Oh, yeah.
If they'd stay on the floor. Anyway, he activated the appliance somehow. And the fire department responded to the blaze and later reviewed the home surveillance footage that showed the whole incident. It reveals that the cat hit the stove knob, turning the burner on before jumping down and fleeing. 10 or 15 seconds after the cat gets up there, all of a sudden, the fire begins to start. The cat jumps down and runs off thinking, uh-oh.
Well, it probably got hot.
It probably got hot, too. Combustible items on the stove quickly ignited and spread flames to other appliances, the kitchen door and the ceiling. It did cause significant kitchen damage, but did not affect the other areas of the home. Anyway, so people are just warning.
You don't leave things on your stove.
Well, that's true, too. In fact, John does that to me all the time. Once in a while, I'll, like, let's say we had hamburgers one night and there were some leftover buns. I might take that bag of buns, and I have done this before. I've, like, put it on the stovetop while I'm cleaning off the counter.
Yep.
And then it gets left there by mistake. And John's like, you can't leave anything on the stove.
Well, I mean, generally leave like towels on the stove and stuff. And I'm like, you can't. You got to move it.
You just can't. I came from a family, and I know I've told this story before, but my dad was like a 35 or 37-year-old or year veteran of the fire department here in Fergus Falls. And he would always, this is what we did every single time we left the house. I can hear my dad saying it, and if he didn't do it, one of us had to. We had to look at the stove, and it had 5 buttons, 4 burners, and an oven knob, and we had to say out loud, off, 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 and then we could go.
Yeah.
So we do that once in a while, just sort of in memory of my dad, and we giggle about it, but that's a good thing,
Yeah.
because it's really easy to leave a burner on that's just barely on.
I do like the fact our oven or our stove has a light if any of them are on. It's got a light that they're on, and it's got a light if the top is hot.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can see those 2 lights at any given point.
Yeah, we've got, I think only, I can't remember if there's an on light. I know there's a warm light indicating that the stovetop is still hot.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just a good thing not to put anything on your stove.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And don't put anything that's not food in your oven, too. People put books and all that other stuff.
I know.
Well, I need it for storage. No, it's not storage. It's an oven.
Storage, yeah, that's bad. Tell you what, if you have to store stuff in your oven, you better do a little clean out. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, the good end of that story is everybody was fine, nobody was hurt, and it didn't, like, burn the whole house down or anything like that. Here's another story of a rescue. 4 bystanders rescued a woman trapped in a sinking SUV. This happened Friday afternoon in Virginia Beach after a single vehicle crash at 1:15 in the afternoon. The vehicle went into the water behind Bubba's restaurant. prompting witnesses to jump in and attempt to break the windows. Navy officer Jeremy Way, an aviation rescue swimmer, thank heaven he was around, was among the rescuers who entered the water. I told her to unlock it, and she was like, no, I'm not unlocking it. I don't want to be here. So she clearly was not thinking.
No.
Anyway, I'm sure she was freaked out for sure. The car was completely underwater. She finally came out, and I did what I've always been taught, some rescue swimmer techniques. And anyway, Virginia Beach police reported the woman and 2 rescuers received treatment for minor injuries, but everybody turned out fine. So anyway, he described the driver as sad. So I don't know if she was trying to do this.
Yeah, because normally if people are trying to rescue you, you unlock your car.
Absolutely. So anyway, they did get her out, and so thankfully people still are good and will jump in and help when they're needed. Okay, so let's see. There was one more, but that was not a happy one, so I'm not going to end with that. How about this one? Austrian scientists have recorded the first documented case of a tool used by a cow.
Wow.
Yep, Veronica is the name of a Swiss brown cow. Uses sticks and brushes to scratch herself with remarkable precision. So no flies on that cow's back. The cow began picking up wood pieces a decade ago and now prefers a long brush, using the brush end on thick skin areas and the handle for sensitive spots. Now, I can't quite imagine how this is done.
Well, she's able to move it.
I guess so. Oh, boy, dad joke if I ever heard one. Oh, gosh. Anyway, in Austria, the cows can scratch their own backs, I guess. I don't know how that works, but might have to look that up. All right, that's going to wrap up a Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.